They say it's a supercar killer, but can the BMW's i8 Hybrid's heart and futuristic looks really justify its sky-high price? The truth might shock you right now. The BMW i8 didn't just arrive on the scene, it blasted in like a car from another era, or maybe another planet. At its launch in 2014, its radical design immediately set it apart from anything else on the road. The sleek, low-slung silhouette was sculpted with aerodynamics in mind, featuring sharp lines and flowing curves that looked like they belonged in a sci-fi film rather than a typical sports car showroom. Butterfly doors swung upward dramatically, giving the i8 a theatrical entrance few cars could match. But it wasn't just about looks. Beneath the skin, BMW employed a carbon fiber reinforced plastic, CFRP chassis, to keep weight down and rigidity high, a material once reserved for rare supercars. This combination made the i8 feel cutting edge, a glimpse of what future cars might look like and feel like. Still, some critics argued it looked too much like a concept car brought to life, less aggressive and more showy than truly menacing. A beautiful paradox for a vehicle asking supercar money. But the real question was what powered this futuristic masterpiece beneath its skin. The BMW's i8 heart was a bold hybrid setup, a 1.5-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor, working together to deliver a combined 369 horsepower. This wasn't your typical muscle car roar. Instead, it was a blend of silent electric torque and a humming pulse of the gas engine. The electric motor powered the front wheels, while the gasoline engine drove the rear, creating an all-wheel drive system that balanced efficiency with performance. This powertrain allowed the i8 to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4.2 seconds, which is a respectable figure that turned heads but didn't quite break supercar records. What truly stood out was its ability to switch between pure electric driving and hybrid mode seamlessly, offering impressive fuel economy rarely seen in cars with such a sporty edge. However, some purists criticized the lack of a visceral engine growling raw, explosive power. For them, the i8 felt more like a high-tech experiment than a true supercar adrenaline rush. Speed and handling were where the i8 would either prove itself or fall short. On paper, the BMW's i8's performance numbers were impressive. A 0 to 60 mile per hour sprint in roughly 4.2 seconds, and a top speed electronically limited to 155 miles per hour. Its carbon fiber chassis kept the weight low, around 3,400 pounds, helping it feel nimble and responsive on winding roads. The all-wheel drive system delivered confident traction, and the low center of gravity gave the i8 a poised, balanced cornering ability that surprised many. Yet when stacked against traditional supercars like the Porsche 911 or Audi R8, the i8 struggled to keep pace. Those cars offered sharper acceleration, more aggressive handling, and a visceral connection that the hybrid powertrain couldn't quite replicate. Critics argued that while the i8 was fun and futuristic, it wasn't a track monster or a drag strip dominator. Instead, it occupied a unique middle ground, a sports car for a new era, blending efficiency and style, but not quite the raw speed and brutal performance classic supercar fans crave. But how did this high-tech hybrid handle life beyond the racetrack and showroom? Driving the BMW i8 daily was a study in contrasts, and its lightweight carbon fiber frame and precise steering gave it a nimbleness that made city driving and tight corners feel thrilling, almost playful. The electric motor's instant torque added a surprising burst of acceleration from a standstill, perfect for weaving through traffic. Inside urban environments, the i8 could run purely on electric power for short distances, quiet, clean, and smooth, making it an eco-friendly choice for daily commutes. However, the electric-only range was limited to around 20 miles, which meant the gas engine kicked in sooner than some hoped. On longer drives or track days, the i8 revealed its hybrid compromises. While it was enjoyable and responsive, the weight of batteries and the powertrain's complexity dulled the rawness expected from a traditional supercar. Comfort was surprisingly good, but storage space was minimal, and road noise sometimes crept in. Still, for many drivers, the i8 balanced futuristic fun with practical usability in a way few cars dared. Step inside and the contrast between futuristic looks and familiar comforts becomes clear. The BMW's i8 interior was a blend of high-tech ambition and practical familiarity. From the driver's seat, the digital instrument cluster and sleek center console felt modern and purposeful, showcasing BMW's latest infotainment system and heads-up display. Materials like Alcantara leather and carbon fiber trim reinforced the sporty vibe, giving it a hint of luxury befitting its price. Yet despite the exotic exterior, many elements inside felt lifted directly from BMW's mainstream lineup. The seats, while supportive, didn't quite match the aggressive bolstering seen in true supercars, and some controls echoed those found in more modest models. Storage was sparse. Limited trunk space and cramped rear seats reminded occupants this was a 2+2 more for show than practicality. While the cabin impressed with its futuristic touches and driver-focused layout, the familiarity undercut the illusion of exclusivity. For some buyers paying supercar money, this was a letdown. For others, it was a comforting reminder that the i8 balanced innovation with everyday usability. But owning the i8 wasn't just about driving, it came with hidden costs. The BMW i8's advanced hybrid technology brought impressive performance, but also introduced unique ownership challenges. Hybrid systems require specialized maintenance, battery health checks, electric motor servicing, and complex software updates that can add up quickly compared to traditional sports cars. Replacement parts, especially for the carbon fiber body and hybrid components, aren't cheap, and servicing must often be done at authorized dealerships familiar with BMW's high-tech systems. Early depreciation hit the i8 hard, with resale values dropping steeply in the first few years. However, as the market for exotic hybrids grew and the i8 gained cult status, prices stabilized, and some examples even began appreciating. Owners looking past initial costs found that careful maintenance and limited mileage could preserve both performance and value. Still, potential buyers needed to be prepared for a different ownership experience, one where innovation meets expense, and exclusivity doesn't always mean affordability. For many, the thrill of driving a futuristic hybrid outweighed the financial quirks, but it's a factor no i8 owner could ignore. Beyond specs and performance, the i8's true impact would be measured over time. The BMW i8 clearly has been more than a car. It was always a statement. As one of the first hybrid sports cars to hit the market with supercar aspirations, it challenged long-held beliefs about what performance could look like in an eco-conscious era. Its bold design and electric powertrain made it a pioneer, inspiring other manufacturers to explore electrified performance in ways previously thought impossible. Yet opinions about the i8 remain deeply divided. Enthusiasts who crave raw power and traditional engine notes often dismissed it as a flashy compromise, while others embraced its futuristic vision and technological innovation. Regardless of the debate, the i8's influence is undeniable. It paved the way for fully electric supercars like the Tesla Roadster and the Porsche Taycan, proving that speed and sustainability could coexist. Its legacy isn't just about numbers or speed, it's about changing the conversation, challenging the status quo, and accelerating the future of performance cars.